Okay, just 20 seconds left. Let me kill the music and get ready. Hopefully you guys are mentally prepared for game number 4. And we are going to jump in right now. Oh, I timed it way too early. Right now. Okay, here we go. All right, this is Clan Masters Tournament set number 1, bracket B. This is RCL v SY game number 4, and we are going to see RCL try to win one for the Gipper here. Every win counts in the group stage, so even a win here could really help push them through the group stage. We are going to see SY, Yo, Paladin, aka Feng Xin, Lix, and Yinghua, or Inghua is how I say it. Hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. Versus RCL, Nero, Munstro, Noisik, and Whitecourt. In this particular game, the Civs are going to be Mongols, Huns, Aztecs, and Mayans for the RCL team. Pretty murderer's row group of Civs. We will see Spanish, Huns, Mongols, and Mayans for SY. Lix has played Spanish a few times in this set, I believe. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering that. We will see forward aggression early here. Looks like Lix is already up in Munstro's grill trying to steal his boar. He did steal a couple sheep. It looks like 3 sheep, maybe 4 sheep already. He's going to be here in time to block Munstro's villager and this boar, but maybe not quite in time. Yeah, he will block that boar. It's not losing interest quite yet, though. So it does not look like Lix will steal that boar on the front. We will always see Paladin forward doing something aggressive. Where is he? He is the gray player in this case, and it does not look like he's on the flank to do any aggression. Inghua, or Yinghua, is also forward. He has his scout here, but he's not ready to steal a boar. Waiting on a quick pause. Players can re out of this. SY has a re left. So we may see that happen before the 4-minute mark. Do not know just yet, but for the moment, Munstro will be able to take this boar that Lix was unable to steal. His scout is still coming forward grabbing sheep. Lix did steal a couple sheep, though. Spanish missionary rush, says Ice Cream. I will private message the players and see if I can get that done for you. You know, Lix is forward being aggressive trying to steal a boar, but his boars are not in a very good position. They are very stealable here. That is even a word. But for now, they are going to be safe because we do not see the green player going forward. He's trying to find his own sheep. So right now, the boar aggression is not going to be a game changer, but we are going to see a couple of sheep stolen early from Lix. Lix will have a bit of an early advantage. So we're going to see Lix v Munstro on the top side. Munstro has played beautifully these games. He will be Huns in this particular game. Every game so far, Munstro has gone with Knights. He will be across from Lix, who will be playing as Spanish. A little bit of an advantage there for Munstro. Hopefully he gets in the game and starts pushing his flank. On the other flank, we will see Yinghua as Huns. He will be up against the teal player Noisik as Mayans. Noisik is going to take a bit of damage on his Eagle Warrior here, trying to be aggressive and annoying, but not getting a whole lot done. These players just working their way through a couple of quick pauses, and we are ready to go. So what do we see right now? We see boars being chewed up, 3 villagers on wood for the green player Munstro, who is Huns. He may go with feudal aggression instead of Dark Age aggression. On the other side, what do we see? We see a couple stolen sheep, at least for the moment, from Noisik, and he's going to actually be here in time to try to annoy... He's going to be here in time to try to annoy the boar lure of the blue player Yinghua. Thank you so much, Super Bua. Thank you so much for subscribing. 16 months. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Yeah, it does look like Yinghua will bring his boar in, but for now his sheep will be hidden in the corner by the teal player. And the teal player Noisik here is actually going to commit to sending those all the way to the far corner. So the sheep shenanigans is going on once again here in game number 4. It does look like Lix will be the winner of the sheep contest, but his opponent Munstro will make up for it by pushing a couple of sheep in. He will have both of his boars, but he will not pushing a couple deer in. He will have lost 3 of his sheep to the red player. So Lix will have a bit of a food boost as Spanish. Maybe we'll see him go, well, he's got 4 villagers on wood, but maybe we'll see him go with some scouts, but I don't know. Why speculate? It's going to unfold, people. Whitecourt building up a team wall already, getting things in order. Those sheep are trying to run to the corner, but it looks like Yinghua has a lock on them, and he's going to go and find them. Let's see, just a brief pause in the game here. I think the players might be experiencing a little bit of lag, but we will get this thing going. All right, we are back. Cool. So Noisek is going to be running back home with his eagle for now. He will not steal a boar. There was actually one that he could have stolen, but he just did not quite find it. So yeah, we're going to see Nero and Whitecourt in the pocket this game. We haven't seen Nero in the pocket just yet. He is one of the stronger players on RCL. He's been on the flank every single game. He was slung by Noisek in a couple of them. In this game, he will be in the pocket, and we will see how he plays. The hand that he is dealt, he will be Mongols in this game. His gold is way out on the front, which is annoying, but I'm sure he'll be okay to take it. His stone is where? That is the question. Where on earth is the stone? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Stone is on the back. Okay. So I think Nero is going to be just fine. Maybe he will build some late game Mangadai, some early game knights. Who knows? Yellow player here has a decent economy. He'll be fine to protect this, I do believe. 4 villagers on wood. Has a nice deer patch that he can push as well. Already thinking about team walling, which will slow his eco down a little, but should be fine in the long run. For the moment, it is a bit of a stalemate. You can see that Lix is trying to come out here and build some palisades to block off his own side, but he's not going to get the job done in time. This wolf is going to be in on him and annoying. Loomed up, he'll be fine. Okay, wolf and a scout, though. Munstro's scout is here just in time, and he may actually keep these walls open for a moment. With the help, he gets by with a little help from nature. Gonna push back Lix for now and at least continue to be annoying.
Thank you, you wonderful man.
Thank you so much for subscribing, Tilgabi. Thank you for that. Appreciate it very much. Looks like that villager will be headed back, but 3 more villagers will go in his place to try to take things over. They're finally sending a lady to get the job done. This one lonely guy was not enough to do it. The blue player here, still roaming around in the back of the eco with his scout, trying to find something useful to do, is Yinghua, who just joined here as an alternate in game number 4. It is very late in the night for Degao. Maybe he decided he wanted to take one off, but we will see Yinghua in this game. Looks like militia coming in here from Munstro. He will lose 1 there for pretty cheap. The villagers were already out in front to address this, but he is doing a good job. He did steal the scout from Lix, and he is going to distract quite a few villagers for the moment. So for the time being, Munstro has a very nice little drush against Lix. Yo is pretty much unbothered on his side. He is palisading himself in. Appears to be going with a fast castle build. At least that's what it looks like to me. He's in the Dark Age on 24. Seems to be able to... well, no, clicking up to Feudal Age on 24, so I am totally wrong once again. Nero will be up to Feudal first, as Mongols, that extra food bonus probably helped push him forward. He does have a very nice mill position where he can take both these berries in the later game, but he can have that food bonus on deer for now. Nero is going to go with horse collar, double bit axe, and a stable right away. So we're going to see some scouts here from Nero, and he will try to push and get something done early. Yinghua has a drush in on the back area of the teal player. He is roaming around trying to find a place to do some damage. He will be up against a eagle warrior and 2 militia, but he will have an extra scout. His initial scout only on 3 HP, but his teammate scout, Paladin here, Feng Xin, is going to be in to help him as well. So he's doing a good job on the front to take that fight. He may pick a villager here, but he's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, he's going to pick a vill, but he is going to lose his drush here in the end. So, a villager pick for Yinghua on the front. I suppose that is the definition of a good drush. On the other side, though, we're going to see a villager pick as well. Maybe? No, probably not. I think she's going to get home just in time, but a very nice drush from Munstro, doing a lot of distraction. Has pushed several villagers away from doing work. He is doing a very nice job to distract his opponents right now. So, what do we have going on the front? We have the purple player Nero here. He has brought his scout into the mix, and he will start looking around for some action. Huge bit of walling here from Yinghua. Massive palisades up across the front. Lix will have palisades, but only on his own side. No team wall yet between he and Yo. There is a team wall across for the gray player for Yo and the blue player here, Yinghua. So they will have a relatively safe area. No team wall coming up for the RCL team just yet. Nero is roaming across the map with some scouts, and he's ready to do some damage here. He's going to go forward. Yinghua is going to see him coming forward, but at least he may be able to get some damage in. He's going to find that Yinghua is walled. He's going to find that Paladin is walled. He's going to find that Yo is walled. The only player who's still open right now is Lix, and I just don't think Nero's going to get over there in time. So his investment in those early scouts may be wasted, and now he is 2v1 versus this wolf. He is 1v2. He's going to lose a villager on the front side there. The wolf dealt the death blow for those of you who are out there counting. So Nero is a little bit annoyed probably by that one wolf and that one scout that is roaming into his eco, but he'll be okay. His paladins, his scouts on the front are not going to get a lot done. At least it doesn't look like they will. They are up against pretty much walled in everybody. Green player here still has a bit of his Drush alive. Very, very low HP for that militia and that scout. They can annoy a little bit here and there and maybe hide in the fog of war to keep Lix on his toes, but I don't know if they'll be able to get any real damage in. Yellow player White Court here is still trying to wall up his side, get a team wall going across the front. That appears to be his and Noisek's job. They are going to do the walling. Nero does not need to wall. Nero has a big set of walls here planned. He has 2 villagers tasked to doing it, but he doesn't need it at all. His teammates are going to wall anyway. They need to communicate better. This is a waste of villager time right here. Nero does not need walls right now. It looks like Nero will be walking his way across the map here with those scouts. He is not going to be in time to get in on Lix. Lix is closed in. He is going to go Blacksmith Market and probably Fast Castle. I haven't been watching him closely, but I would assume that is the case. Paladin is in Castle, already clicked up to Castle. We will see White Court finally getting to Feudal Age very, very late. What is going on with the yellow player? Yellow player tasking a lot of villagers to team wall, I suppose. He's going to go up on 33 vills. Interesting number. We'll see him hit the Feudal Age. He will drop a market and a blacksmith, I would assume. Power building that market with 4 villagers. Needs to catch up. Seems to be a bit behind. I'm not sure what he was up to. Teal player here is in with his Drush. He is, well, not in. He is trying to get in with his Drush. He is pushing on the Palisades on the front here from Yinghua, but Yinghua is going to be just fine. He's going to be able to repair that. He should be able to repair that. Okay, villager is now tasked to actually doing the work. And it looks like the early aggression from the RCL team will be totally walled out. The one thing that they have maybe to their advantage is that they've really team-walled together, whereas the SY team has one player, Lix, who is stonewalling himself in by himself. Lix is isolated from the other 3 players, which could play a factor in the as this game goes into later stages. People asking in the chat about the music. I will send you that music. I don't know the name offhand. That is just a YouTube playlist. Okay, secondary walling coming in here from Yinghua. He's going to be just fine against this Drush in the long run. You can see that Nero is Xing. What is he Xing? He's Xing gold, I suppose. He's Xing about his team wall, but his team has already walled him in. He doesn't seem to realize, well, there is one opening in the wall anyway. Nero will get up to Castle or click up to Castle. Noisek will be up. Lix will be up. Munstro will be up. But Yinghua will be there first with Paladin. So 2 players on the SY team are already up to Castle Age. They did not go with Feudal Aggression. We will see potentially 3 stable knights here from Yinghua. Yinghua has 3 stables. He has knights pumping out of each of them. He doesn't really actually have the second. Okay, there you go. There is the second group of knights coming out. Looks like he will go with some early knight aggression. Maybe a 1TC build a bit for him. Yo is slinging him. So Yo will be slinging food and gold over to the blue player Yinghua, who will be able to pump out some early knights. Sending those across the map, he is going to find that his opponents are also team-walled. There is a villager out here. Oh, is there a hole? No, there isn't. Okay. There is not a hole, so the blue player Yinghua will be out for the moment. He's going to make Noisek come over and respond to his knights, but he's not going to get a whole lot done. Those knights are roaming around the map, but they are not finding a good place just yet to probe. This wall of palisades could be a weakness in the armor of Noisek, but we will see. For now, it does look like Nero is bringing his scouts back. The Drush of Noisek and the scouts of Nero got nothing done, and that is a huge disadvantage for them. One thing that's playing in their favor is that the first 9 knights out for the blue player do not seem to have a place to go and attack. They're roaming around the map and not finding anything whatsoever to do. There's a big pocket here in the middle that's open to getting in, and I just don't know exactly what the plan is. Nero has just palisades here. It's going to be really, really hard for him to keep his zone clean. All right. Yo is slinging. Yes, indeed. Mr. Yo is slinging it up. Those 2 sheep still in the corner here from Noisek. He did do a good job to hide them. Munstro, who we've seen play very, very nicely in all of these games so far, is going to go double stable knights, at least for a brief moment, and then maybe drop another TC. I don't know just yet. Those knights are roaming across the map, and they are finding a stone-walled Lix. So Lix will have stone walls. The blue player here, Yinghua, will have just palisades on the front, but he doesn't need much because he has triple stable knights coming out. In the middle, we will see Paladin. Paladin is going to go with 2 TCs right away, has a monastery up, has a 3rd TC up as well. Yo, who has been slinging a bit here and there, will be on 1 TC. He is stonewalled in, and maybe he's going to go full sling this game. Maybe, just maybe. Mr. Yo playing as Mayans. Brief pause in the game, guys. Hopefully you're out there. Ooh, look at that. Just as I mentioned the pause, it ends. Beautiful. So yeah, we've seen Yo slinging. We will keep an eye on Mr. Yo. Let's head over to Mr. Yo's point of view. He is very low on resources, and he is continuing to sling the blue player Yinghua. That is a very wise choice. The Hun's knights are roaming across the map, bloodlines with +2 defense. They need to get something done, of course. It is a big investment from that team to get this many knights out this early. If they don't get in, that would be a huge problem. Nero is going to be able to build a TC on that side, but yeah, it should be up in time. But he just has palisades right here protecting him. Right now, Yinghua's knights are not on the attack. They are just standing ground. They need to get going. There is not much time to be had. Nero is going to try to secondary wall this quickly with a monastery and a house. Yinghua needs to move down to the palisades over here. He needs to move over just a bit. Nero doing a good job to block him out. He will get his TC down. But these knights will eventually poke their way into this economy, and that's going to be a problem. Players talking about the brief pause that we saw. Stone walls are still up here for Mr. Yo. Munstro is walled in or walled out of his opponent's area. Walled out, I would suppose. That is going to give him a relatively safe area. We can actually see that Nero is sending scouts to that side. We're going to see Munstro boom up on a 2nd TC and a 3rd as well. So Nero's going to have a TC down to take over this gold. He's going to have camels in defense, which is a beautiful decision on his part. He can see how much aggression there is from Yinghua. He probably assumes that there is a sling. Yinghua is sending anything and everything he has right now straight in toward these palisades. Nero with just 2 camels to defend, and it's not going to be enough. Trying to get the walls down behind where those paladins punched in, but he's not going to get the job done. He's going to lose 2 vills. He will eventually lose those camels, though they are fighting with a minor hill advantage. Eventually they are going to get cleaned up, and Nero is in some real trouble here. Nero is in trouble, people. He's getting pushed on by knights that are really the product of Yinghua and Yo's entire economies right now. 1 stable camels is not going to get the job done, but Nero, if anyone can pull this off, it is Nero. Nero is going to try to defend this somehow, some way. You can see 3 by 3, actually 6 by 6 in some cases. The blue player is sending knights across the map. Nero is going to bring his scouts back to try to do as much as he can. He needs to garrison this TC. He's going to quick gate around the front on his own TC, try to drop palisades, just bringing every villager he has into the fray right now. He's going to throw away these scouts and camels in order to buy his villagers time to build up walls. The knights continue to stream in from the blue player, and it does seem like SY's strategy in these games has been to target Nero. Every single game they have gone really, really hardcore into Nero's area. They are totally circumventing Noisek here, who is equally open to raiding with his palisades, and they are headed straight toward Nero, who may be the strongest player on the RCL team. Gates coming down very quickly from Nero. He's going to be at least relatively safe on his side. We can see that there is a bit of a fight in the middle between Yinghua and Munstro. At least for now, Munstro will push back the reinforcements, and Nero is just going to have to deal with 10 knights. 10 knights is a big number, but that is going to at least be stymied for the moment. There will not be reinforcements just yet. Very nice team play. Munstro doing a very good job there to stop Yinghua from piling on more damage. Yo is out on the map, or that is Paladin rather, grabbing a couple of relics here and there. The red player is in with Conquistadors on Munstro's side. Munstro had to take his focus off from his own side for a moment. He headed over to try to save his buddy Nero, and now he's taking massive damage on his own side. Not massive damage just yet, but he will get a knight converted there. He has several Conquistadors on the front, which will continue to poke in and try to do damage on his eco. Siege Workshop coming from Lix. Lix is going to continue that push. Those knights are roaming around in the back now from Yinghua. They are going to head toward the teal player, and they are going to catch him. Not really with his pants down. Sweet baby Jesus. Noisek is absolutely ready for these paladins. For these knights. If these knights don't recognize and run away, we are going to see a lot of conversions here. Noisek is going to grab the monks and not really take full advantage. He's not going to get a single convert. They're going to run off before they can do any damage. But Noisek obviously massing up a ton of monks on the front. The Mayans player is going all out for the monks. He needed to bait Yinghua in just a little bit closer to get some conversions. He has plenty of monks here to convert most of those knights. That really could have been a big thing for him. But I am living in Killer Bee fantasy land, not in the real world. In the real world, the knights run away in time. Conquistadors will continue to try to push. We do see a monastery on the hill. Both of these gold piles controlled by the red player, at least for now. And we will see Munstro hold his side. He did a good job to help Nero out as well. We can see teal knights are in from Noisek. Those knights still roaming around, and oh no, Nero is going to have his TC denied, and he's going to lose several villagers here on the front. Those knights ran away from all of the monks on Noisek's side. They ran straight back into Nero's loving arms here, and they're going to grab down several villagers on the front. Not only are they going to grab those vills, they're going to deny this TC, and at least for now, Nero is going to be hunkered down. His economy is going to be pretty much in shambles. Look at all of the freaking knights from Yinghua here. He's got a whole nother bastion of knights, bloodlines with +1/+2, ready to run in and do some massive damage. Monks coming back from Nero and a couple of camels, but not nearly enough. Looks like Yo is still full on board to slinging Yinghua, at least for the time being. Mr. Yo's villager count is what? It is 54 villagers right now, so he is quite a bit behind. Yo is in the feudal age. He did stonewall himself in. We will see White Court in the feudal age as well, presumably slinging Munstro in this particular game. Brief moment for the players to pause and catch up. It does seem like we will be jumping in once again. Just taking a brief break. Okay, let's look at total villager counts here. I can't see Lix because of the waiting for other players, but if we count the other players, RCL is on 50 to 70 vills, and it looks similar for the SY team except for Paladin, who's on 91 villagers. Sweet baby Jesus. Siege Workshop on the front. Plenty of paladins, or plenty of knights here from Munstro, should be able to take this over. Has a couple monks as well to help against those conquistadors. I think he's going to be fine on that side. But at least for now, Lix is making him play defensively, which is important. If you're getting slung and you're having to play defensively, that is a win for the team that you are playing against. Ram's in on the front for Yinghua. He is going to start pushing here. There are so many monks and so many archers in defense that Rams seem like a pretty good choice. Stables coming forward, quite a few knights here, but they need to be very careful. There's so many monks. Here comes a Mangonel. Maybe we will see an epic Mangonel shot. Paladin has clicked up to the Imperial Age on 100 villagers, just about 100 even. Oh my god, the monks are within range of the Mangonel. They need to be very careful. Man, they just somehow dodged a bullet there. Oh, knights in on the back from Yinghua. Oh my god, Noisek, it's time to convert a few knights here. Let's make some hay while the sun is shining. He's not converting any. He's just taking the damage to the face. What are the monks doing? Get these monks in action. Archers on the side, but this is just a total... Oh man, this is a terrible battle right now. I don't know what's happening. Noisek may be suffering from some lag there. I just don't know. He lost all of his monks pretty much for free, converted a single knight. Absolutely a terrible fight for him. Man, Nero's in with a couple of camels to try to fight this, but not nearly enough, and this is a huge problem. Noisek is going to get pushed in on very intensely. On the other side, we do see Munstro is doing a decent job against the red player Licks. That is a bit of a stalemate, but this push on the front from the blue player. Monks are out again. There's still quite a few of them alive. They're going to be able to grab down some of these knights. They have to convert at least a few of them. Monks are in play. They're going to turn the tides, I think, on this battle and probably allow the teal player to hold his own. Yinghua is running straight into this with absolutely no fear. So many monks. He just is, he's fully committed, and I suppose in the end it is going to pay off for him. Sorry, starting to lose the voice here. Yeah, that fight on the front is going fairly well. Munstro is still trying to help his teammate hold. At least for now, Noisek and Munstro will hold off most of these knights. Yinghua with a massive push, but really got cleaned up. He ran straight into so many monks from the other team, and also Nero with several camels. Actually, in the end, although taking some eco damage, in the end, they're going to clean up this entire military from Yinghua. Yinghua will be on 14 military. He'll be on about 12 military after this fight. That is a really bad fight for him. He has a massive military slung from Yo. And in the end, I don't think that was totally valuable for him. Team wall coming up across the side from Yo. He will connect his area to Licks. His team is still in the lead by about 200 points right now. I think that was a very, very good fight in the end for RCL. They are suffering major villager casualties on their side, but in the end, the villager count is maybe 20 or 30 difference in the favor of SY. Not nearly the number you might have expected. All of those knights on the front going down for pretty cheap. Market's already up, but trade is not quite started. Yo is still slinging Yinghua. Yinghua is pushing out forward with more TCs, with more knights. This is a full-on sling move. We see a siege workshop out there for Yinghua. Let's see what he's got queued up here. Yinghua will have, what? 3 rams ready to go. Castle drop coming forward on the teal player. This is a bit of an interesting position, though. He doesn't necessarily have a knockout victory here. He's going to try for that castle drop. We'll see if the teal player responds or if he pulls back. Looks like for now he's going to respond. He and Nero are going to come forward. The monks are going to come forward, and they probably have the numbers to deal with this. The cavalry here are a big enough meat shield that the monks can really get in and probably get a lot of conversions. Yinghua has to be very careful. These monks just need to get a couple panels closer. We're seeing Mangadai coming in now from Paladin. The monks are still on the wrong side of the gate. They are not active. They need to be part of this fight. Monks reluctant to fight, I guess, all of these Mangadai, and in the end it will be just enough from Paladin to push those monks away for now. So that is going to be a big win on that side for the SY team. Yinghua is going to get the win. No monks able to help because of just a couple of Mangadai there. In the end, though, the villagers did get chopped down. The rams are coming forward. Mangadai are mostly cleaned up. Cavalier are now in play, so those monks are going to be very important. Defensive castle from the teal player. On the other side, we see Cavalier versus Licks. Licks is trying to do his best to continue to push in here. Lots of Cavalier in play. Defensive castle coming down from Munstro. He is going to run straight into these conks. He's going to actually stop them from really retreating, and he's going to really take a fight here while he goes to Paladin. Getting a lot of good damage in on these conks, and I think he's going to get good bang for his buck in the end. A couple of monks should be able to heal up and keep this battle going, but here comes Siege Rams, and I think this forward may be chewed down by Munstro. Munstro doing a very nice job. So another brief pause. Time for me to catch my voice back up. You can see that Yinghua is pushing in with Cavalier. He does have the rams on the front. He has Mangadai to support him. There are a couple of monks in defense for Noisek, but it does not look like enough. It looks like the bloom is off the rose here for Mr. Noisek. He is in a lot of trouble. He's going to have Cavalier streaming through his economy relatively soon. Nero is backing him up with or could be backing him up soon with a couple of Mangadai, but at least for the time being, it is a slow progression. Brief pause in the game. I will take it to hang out. We will wait until this one comes back. All right. Here we go. Looks like the pause is over. Those paladins are still at work, doing a good job to push the red player away, and this castle is going to go down with it. So at least for right now, Munstro seems to be playing toe-to-toe with Lix. On the other side, though, there is a massive, massive chasm between the two players. I shouldn't say there's a chasm. There's a chasm in the progress that's being made. Yinghua and Paladin here are making a lot of progress against Noisek. It's giving Nero some time to boom up, but he's still in Castle Age. He's just about to hit Imperial. He's going to have Thumb Ring. He's going to beef his Mangadai, and he's going to go for it. He needs to get this done soon because the teal player is not going to last much longer at the rate we're going. All right. Pause seems to be on and off for the moment. Hopefully we get through it. Hopefully we get through it. Pushing our way through game number 4, hoping, at least for RCL's sake, that they can steal one win out of this set. It is the group stage. Every single win counts. We've seen really good play from the RCL guys. They've been very close in a couple of these games, but right now it does seem like SY has the momentum in this particular game, and they may have a clean 4-0 sweep in this one. But that remains to be seen. Right now, it is going to be Cavaliers and Mangadai roaming through the economy here of Noisek. It actually looks like they're going to head straight through Noisek's economy. They're being chased by Nero, who will have Bracer fairly soon. Parthian, Smarthian tactics as well. But yeah, those Cavalier from Yinghua are running straight into the economy. They are circumventing all of that military damage, and they're trying to head straight toward Nero, who has a defensive castle, who's actually going to get a lot of good arrow fire in on them in the long run. But we have somebody dropping or GGing out. Looks like Noisek is maybe dropped, maybe quit. Looks like we may have a restart on this game. I'm not sure. Not quite sure, but that is the end of the game, and if it is a save and exit, we will jump back in. We will jump back in. It could be a resignation from the teal player there. He was in a bad place. I don't know if he left on purpose or not. I'll give you guys an update as soon as I know, but if he did quit, then we will see a 4-0 win for the SY guys. If not, we will restore this game in just a moment. Hang tight.